Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Saturday, and I'm the Cleaver calling Andrew. It's been a little bit, and there's been a lot of news in the world of pro wrestling. Last weekend we had Summerslam, but before Summerslam, we had the return of CM Punk. It's been rumored for a long time. There's been a lot of talk about Punk in the news over the last few months. Um, but it was a I'll believe it when I see it situation, and here we are. Punk's back. He had a hell of a promo, hell of a reception. My God, um, from the crowd. I mean, they were in Chicago of all places, and nothing beats a hometown reception. So congratulations. I'm happy for you. But one thing that um, he did do was talk about Darby Allin and how he wants to work with the younger talent and this, that, and the other. So looks like we are going to get Darby Allin versus CM Punk in Chicago at All Out September 5th next weekend. Um, should be pretty sweet. Don't know if I'll be able to watch it live, but I can't wait to see that. So there's been a couple Easter eggs with CM Punk as well. We had him uh, on his sneakers have the letters AC, which we all know stands for Adam Cole, baby. As of yesterday, Adam Cole is, from what I know, no longer under contract with WWE, with NXT, any other. He is a free agent, as far as I'm concerned, and my knowledge on that. Um, so he could anytime show up on AEW. And then most recently, we had BW on his sneakers. I know Bray, his um, 90-day non-compete clause ends like October 29th or something like that. But that would be a huge acquisition to AEW. But at the same time, how much checks can they cash before they put themselves in an oh shit situation? I've seen things about Bray Wyatt possibly going to Impact. Who knows? But um, yeah, going forward with this, I'm super excited to see Punk. Uh, Him and Christian cut a little fun promo that was shown just to the crowd, but has made its way to the internet, and that was really good from Rampage on Friday, even though Rampage was taped this week. So, not sure what the business is on that, but it is what it is. So, what other matches? Leave in the comments that you want to see from CM Punk, and you know, we know he's getting Darby Allin first, but who do you want to see him go after then, or after next, I should say? Um, what I really would love to see is him interact with Cole Cabana in some fashion, because we all know the history there, and if you don't, go YouTube some stuff and read and watch and find out, because there's a long, long history there. There was one other thing that CM Punk teased, and that was Daniel Bryan on Dynamite. The crowd started doing the yes chant, and CM Punk said, "That's somebody else's shtick. You might just need to be a little more patient." So there was a huge Daniel Bryan tease, which, again, if you are a wrestling fan, it's been talked about for months now, him going to AEW. And rumor on the street is it's going to be happening at All Out in Chicago. Um, Maybe at the main event, when Kenny Omega beats Christian Cage, maybe Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, whatever, uh, debuts and saves him or something. I don't know. We'll see. But So AEW is kind of making some waves there, and I loved the fact that CM Punk gave everybody in the United Center a free ice cream bar. So that was amazing. Super happy with that. But moving on to some NXT. So it really looks like that NXT is under a revamp. There was a new logo debuted last night, which was in the thumbnail. Said coming soon. WWE's NXT Twitter even posted it and said coming soon. So it looks very Dynamite-ish. Like if you go and look at the like the original AEW logo for TNT, the background of it just reminds me of the same thing. We had NXT Takeover this past weekend, I should say, this past Sunday. It was a good show. It wasn't, I don't know. I hate the CWC. The CWC reminds me of like an overglorified bingo hall, and I just hate it. There's like nobody in the crowd. Impact Wrestling, their get-up looks way better, and that's just my opinion on that. But anyways, like, so Karrion Kross officially lost the NXT title to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe brought back the Muscle Buster, which was really cool. So first time ever, 3-time NXT champ, Samoa Joe. Karrion Kross is officially on the main roster now, and I'll get into that in just a few minutes. If you guys are wondering why I'm like talking real quiet, my kid just went to bed upstairs, and she's still not asleep yet, so I'm not trying to be real loud. And if I wake her up, and I have to go cut the stream and go be dad, and I mean I don't mind that, but it's 9:30. She needs to sleep. But Kyle O'Reilly beat Adam Cole in a weird ending. The crowd hated it. They were chanting bullshit and all that stuff. It was a really quick 2 out of 3 falls match. It was very fast. But I mean, so Adam Cole got cocky after he handcuffed Kyle O'Reilly to the top rope during the cage match because they made it 3 falls. So Kyle O'Reilly won the first one. Adam Cole won the second one. Third one is obviously O'Reilly. But after he got handcuffed, Kyle got real cocky, and I believe it was a heel hook that Cole got hooked up with and ended up tapping out. It was just, I don't know, it was just a very awkward ending, and obviously that was Adam Cole's last match in NXT. Again, as of today, 9:30, August 28th, he is a free agent. And honestly, it's a 50-50 deal because AEW is super oversaturated with talent right now. I know they have their other shows. I know they have Rampage. I know they have Dark and Dark Evolution. But do you want to go to a company and end up wrestling on Dark on YouTube? I mean, at least USA Network NXT, you know what I mean? But then you have him do what in NXT still? Nothing. He'll do absolutely nothing in NXT because he's done it all. So all that's left is for him to go to the main roster, and look what they've done with Karrion Kross already. It's terrible. He came out this past Monday in what looks like a demolition mask and get up. The suspenders didn't even fit him, but everything's red. It was terrible. Like, it was just absolutely terrible. I feel bad for the dude. But, I mean, you sign up for what you sign up for. Yeah, it's messed up. Dakota Kai retained Raquel Gonzalez retained her NXT Women's Championship, and we had the NXT arrival. I know she's been in a few matches, but she's here now. Kaylee Ray, former NXT UK champion. She's officially in NXT now. So Timothy Thatcher is out of action indefinitely after an assault from Ridge Holland. Ridge Holland had that club and nailed him pretty good. And I don't know if it's a legitimate injury or what's up, but it looked like he went for it again, and Pete Dunne kind of like waved him off, like, yo, something's wrong, you know? So that whole thing kind of looked a little weird there. Ridge Holland, he's a rugby player, former rugby player. He's aggressive, he's big, he's strong, he's a damn bull, but he's still green, very green. So we'll see what comes out of that. I mean, really, Takeover wasn't really anything special, and it sucks because they used to be the best thing around. But SummerSlam was Saturday. We go today. We saw the return of Becky Lynch, which was not expected at all, because reports have been she wasn't booked until after the draft and this, that, and the other. Well, something happened with Sasha Banks, and the match was. It's funny, they were still advertising Belair versus Banks right before Bianca's entrance. And it was weird that the champ was out first. But then they said a substitute, and the substitute was Carmella. Again, do we want to see this other match again? Come on. Out of nowhere, boom, Becky's music hits. The place goes nuts. She comes out. Crowd's going crazy. And she ends up attacking Carmella and taking her out of the equation, then challenging Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca accepts, and they ring the bell. That's official. Becky goes for a handshake. Bianca falls for it, gets punched in the face, and then put down with a Uranagi. 1, 2, 3, 26 seconds later, Bianca Belair lost her championship. And a lot of people were butthurt about this. Like, the internet was pissed. Right then, that put Becky going heel. And we got the official heel turn this past Friday, yesterday on SmackDown. But the way I looked at it when I saw it is, we just found our new top babyface on SmackDown for the next up teen months. Boom. Set, locked, loaded. So don't worry, Bianca fans. She's going to be just fine. She's going to be just fine. We had a great main event, but before we get there, Edge had a kick-ass fucking entrance. I mean, I'm an old school fan. The Brood, he came up like the Brood, had the music, had the fire, everything. It was so tits. Oh, God. Like, take me back to, what, like 12-year-old me, 13-year-old me, something like that. Like, hell yeah. It was incredible. And then kicked into the Alter Bridge, his normal theme. I thought that was a very sick transition. I still think Rollins should have got the victory here, but it is what it is. Bobby Lashley went over on Goldberg after referee stoppage from a knee injury or leg injury, whatever. And then Bobby beat the shit out of his leg with a chair. And then Gage got into the ring and jumped on Bobby's back. And Bobby flipped him over and hit him up with a hurt lock. And the next thing you know, MVP's yelling, "Yo, it's the kid. Stop, stop, stop." And he throws him down, and he looks like, oh, man. MVP grabs the mic saying that there was no way that he knew it was Gage Goldberg because he jumped him from behind and this, that, and the other. And it was, pretty, I don't know. It was whatever. Like, it was just weird that they had a 15-year-old kid, 16-year-old kid, whatever he is, it's a full Nelson, but still, whatever. Charlotte Flair, new Raw Women's Champion, again. It's like, 12 times now? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's number 12. Usos retained, obviously. The new Bloodline shirt that dropped in WWE that you can pre-order is tight. That thing is sexy. That's a sexy-ass shirt. That is straight Mafia style. But But a great main event between John Cena and Roman Reigns, and in the end, the big dog remained champion and head of the table. But just when you thought it was over, boom, Brock Lesnar's music hits. And here comes Brock Lesnar, freaking bearded out, ponytail, like looks in legit shape. And he's got like this hardcore Viking look to him. And I'm sorry, he's more intimidating now with the hair and the beard. And then he has this like grin, like he's happy. Like, you know when like fighters are just like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like he had that aura to him. And him and Reigns had a stare down, and Paul Heyman is shitting his pants. Just, oh God. Paulie in the middle. But yeah, Brock Lesnar closing out the weekend. I feel Becky and Brock were a definite pull the trigger, CM Punk's back deal. But wrestling is in a boom right now. I mean, even Raw's ratings, I believe, were up this week. SmackDown did extremely well. The overnight numbers, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I know that there was a lot of areas, I believe 23 preseason games throughout the country in different areas that were on Fox. So that even affects a lot too. But they did a very, very good number. I think it was like a 2.8 or something like that overnight. I mean, that's great. I'm super excited to see where AEW goes with Daniel Bryan coming in and with CM Punk being there now. I wonder how many pay-per-view buys this pay-per-view is going to have for All Out next weekend. That's going to be pretty crazy. And what's going to happen next with Roman and going forward? There's a lot going on in wrestling right now. And we have a new NXT UK champion, Ilya Dragunov. He slayed Walter at NXT Takeover. That was the match of the night. That is honestly probably the match of the fucking year. Wow. Those two dudes. All right, so they're really good friends in real life. They're both not original members, but they both like all ring conf, which is Imperium, but on the indie scene, and they own the name and all that stuff. But Walter and Ilya were WXW tag champions together. They've worked in those promotions together overseas for years. They know each other like the back of their hands. But I was not expecting to see Walter tap out. He tapped out to Ilya. It was nuts. It was freaking crazy. 870 days. The longest reign of the modern era of WWE. Like any champion. So hats off to Walter. What's next for him? I'd love to see him come full time to NXT. I've heard recent interviews with him, and he's not planning to ever move to America. He loves his homeland, and respectfully so. So I believe this NXT, him and Joe would be amazing. Him and Pete Dunne can have some encounters again, which would be fantastic, because remember Takeover New York. That's where Walter beat Dunne for that NXT UK championship. So, I don't know. There's a lot going on in wrestling right now. There's just a bunch. There's a bunch, man. And Finn Balor actually is going to be going against Roman Reigns, it looks like, in a program, which we saw that was supposed to be SummerSlam, but Cena screwed him over and all that stuff. So, but anyways, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan again. I feel that it's been stagnant for a while, but things are making, I don't know, I don't want to say making a comeback, but maybe pulling more interest, especially with a couple different names coming back to wrestling. So with that being said, If you like this video, make sure to click that like button and that subscribe button if you have not subscribed. If you are new to the channel, thanks for watching. And if you're old to the channel, again, thanks for watching. As always, support NoDQ.com. There'll be no new review coming up this coming Thursday, but you can check out this week's 2-hour banger discussing a whole lot in the world of pro wrestling. So go over to NoDQ.com and check that out. And you can go to NoDQ.com/merch and buy some merch too. So thanks for hanging out. If you watch this live on a Saturday night at 9 something with me, and catch you guys next time. Enjoy. I think what NWA Power is on right now. I think I don't know. I don't have time. So, anyways, I'm the Cleaver calling Andrew. We'll see you guys next time. Take care and much love.